All right, guys. Well, happy Wednesday. It is December 6th, and if you watched my last update, this was supposed to be the a drag and drift event at Sonoma County Raceway. It's raining outside, so it was postponed. They haven't rescheduled it yet, but it was posted on Facebook this morning. So anyway, obviously can't go out to the track tonight. But I did come across a deal on Marketplace that was too good to pass up, and I'll show you here. This is for, I got a set of Viking double adjustable rear shocks. So these are their recommended starting settings. We are kind of in this bracket here, drag racing under 600 horsepower. So here's your front suggested settings, and then the rear. Now the rear, if we want separation or weight transfer, they've got two different suggestions. I've kind of went on the I went on the low side of the, to start with, the low side of the separation. So I've got 6 clicks of compression and 2 clicks of rebound. And so for weight transfer, you know, even if we were going to go for weight transfer, that's not too far off. They're recommending 0 to 4 and 4 to 10. So we got 6 and 2. So we're going to start there with these. These are the Viking. These are the inexpensive ones. I believe they are what they call the Berserker. Again, and those are they're for lower horsepower cars, so they're going to work perfect for these. They've got a Crusader series and a couple different series they're just valved differently for cars with higher horsepower. Need tighter valving, stiffer valving than cars with lower horsepower. So anyway, this entry-level model that's good for up to like 700 horsepower is going to be perfect for me. But I got them on Marketplace for $100 for the pair, and they're normally almost $500 for a pair. So I had to grab those. And then one thing, as you guys know, so I was running Strange singles in the back. These guys here. And they have we had the sleeve over these for coilover. Well, Viking, they don't sell a separate sleeve to go over their smooth shocks. They have their shocks with the threading that's right on the body for their coilovers. But I obviously took the sleeves off of these. I measured the diameter, and the Strange are a little bit thicker, but the Strange coilover sleeves, even those don't fit on here really tight. They have O-rings inside of them to take up the gap. So all I did was the difference was maybe like a 32nd of an inch or something like that, not a whole lot. So I just wrapped a few turns of electrical tape towards the bottom and towards the top, and to where they sat on nice and firm. So I'm able to reuse my Strange coilover sleeves, and everything just transferred over to those shocks, no problem. Even though Viking will tell you, well, they don't sell a sleeve for it. They sell the shock. The shock itself, if you look online, the body has the threading has the threads for your coilover. So they sell a different style. But anyway, I made the Strange one work. If anybody is wondering, you can get the smooth bodied shock and then use the Strange coilover sleeve. So that will work. Again, it'll be a little loose, but a little electrical tape, or you can come up with something to take up that little bit of difference. But so that is one thing I did get done. And then like see here, yeah, our Quicktime bell housing came in, so that'll be on the list of things to get installed with our McLeod. And then I'm going to do a test here because, as you guys were aware, I've got the Pertronics, their MSD box, and my concern with the tuning that we're using now in the Twostep that is built in to the program I'm using is, I had it set for 5200, and then when I looked at the data log when I launched, the RPMs seemed like they were up to 7,000. So I don't know how accurate that is. So I'm going to fire up the car here, let it warm up a little bit, but I'm going to put it up on I'm going to run a data log and put it on the Twostep a couple times and data log it and see if this is even close. I'll change a few settings, maybe drop it down to 4,000 and try it, and, you know, and I'll run a data log and then see how that goes. But if it doesn't work, I know the two-step works good on my digital box. This Pertronics box here, this one here, and I have that around here somewhere because I started getting ready to, I was trying to figure out a place to mount it and run the wires. It's already set up since I've had it on here before. The wiring's already set up to go around the coil. They do want you to buy their, oh, here it is right here. Here's the little box. So they do want you to buy, you know, they want you to buy their coil that basically charges quicker because you got multiple sparks. So you don't want a single spark one. It will take too long to recharge for the next spark, so it could overheat trying to run a multiple spark, which makes sense. So I would probably have to, once I get this installed, I'll have to place an order on Summit and order their ignition coil or something, you know, that's for you know, multi-spark ignition. But anyway, I was getting ready to hook this up, and I didn't have any of the heavy 10 gauge wire to run all the way to the back to the battery for the main leads. But you know, these are the 4 that go to the coil. So that's that there. And then this harness will run inside the car. This is just your different leads for your different two-steps. You got, or rev limiters. You got a launch limiter. You have a you can wire one of these up for if you want a certain RPM for your burnout. You can wire one up is for your launch, and one is for what's the third one for? Anyway, it's got 3 different limiters in there. And then here is your, and then again, this just goes for your coil. These 2 go to the coil, and the other 2 go to the coil. So these plug into the adapter or the pigtail for the coil, and then these clip on the leads to the coil. So all you're doing is inserting this between the coil and the harness. That's all you're doing. And then running in, then you need your 2 main wires here. It's got the lead. If you're running like an MSD distributor, you just plug that right in, and you won't use these. And then it's got and then you got a tack wire. This is like your tack wire here, or possibly this green one. So very simple to set up. The tack can be finicky sometimes. I've got 2 tacks in this car, so hopefully one of them will work. I remember I had problems with the factory tack last time, but I have an aftermarket, the little one, the tack with the shift light, so one of those should work fine for that. But anyway, I had to order some extra primary wire to run back to the battery, so that's why I haven't messed with this. But I figured I would go ahead and do a data log first with the Tuner Pro software and see if that is accurate or if that was an anomaly on the data log that I looked at. Because if it's working fine, then I'm not going to mess with this. So that is the update there. The only other part I have coming in, I do have some double adjustable front struts coming in. They're QA1s I got off Summit. They were on sale, so we'll give those a shot. I was going to get the QA1 shocks too, but I found those Vikings on Marketplace for $100, and said and it's for the pair, not 100 a piece, 100 for the pair. So I got to give those a shot. And anyway, I tested them on all the settings when I got them in, and yeah, when you put all the way firm, you can't even move that darn thing. So that should hold the tires down to the track. I'm hoping we'll have enough adjustment here to alleviate that bouncing setting we had on the last pass. Where, but I don't know if that might be a little more characteristic of manual cars. And unloading the when you shift gears, you're unloading the chassis a little bit. So that could have been it. But nonetheless, I wanted to have the double adjustables for a long time. So anyway, we got that done, and then we'll have to, the only other thing, like I said, is we've got our 4-post cutoff switch, which if I do go with that digital HP, I will run the main power back to this on the small post. So when you shut that off, you're going to kill the ignition to the car. So we'll work on getting this installed. Looking around for a transmission jack. This TKO 600 is a little bit heavier and a little heavier to wrestle around and try to lift into place by yourself versus a T5. It's probably 30 or 40 pounds heavier. And not that it's super heavy, but just laying on the ground and trying to line everything up and get it in place is difficult. So I'm looking for a transmission jack at a reasonable price, or again, something off Marketplace that I can do. And again, it's not a huge rush. I would like to get this installed, but you know, we're going to do the clutch at the same time. So that's kind of where I'm at on that. And I just wanted to let you guys know, because the last update I said we'd be going to the track today if everything worked out. And yeah, the car's ready, but you know, the weather, it was postponed this morning. It's raining right now. It's been raining all day, so I don't know when the next oh, let's see, what did I see on Facebook this morning was down in Lodi, Kingdon drags, which is it's actually pretty close for us. Looks like they're having a New Year's Day drag racing for street cars. So hopefully my car, I'll see what the rules are, if we can make this fit into the rules, just to go down there and make some passes. That'll be fun. So that's would be the next opportunity, would be January 1st at Kingdon. They only run 3, it's an old airstrip down in Lodi, so they're only allowed to run 3 events a year. So there's the January 1, and I think they have an event in April, and then they have one in September. So that's the only 3 times they'll be there. Otherwise, we got to go to Redding, or we got to go to Fallon, Nevada for Top Gun drag strip, or Redding. And both of those are 3 to 4 hours away. Sonoma, looks like they do most of theirs on Wednesdays, which will be tough with work. But that is about 1 hour and 45 minutes away to go to Sonoma from here. And then other than that, there's you know, all the way down to Famoso drag strip. That's like 6 hours away. So that would be like a whole weekend thing probably. You know, got to drive down and stay the night, all that kind of stuff. But it'll be fun to go there. So anyway, that's kind of what it's looking like around here. So that is the update, guys. Those QA1 double adjustables should be in tomorrow. And I believe the coilover sleeves, I have AFCO non-adjustable struts on the front here. They're like 80-20 or 90-10 is what they're supposed to be, but they're non-adjustable. So the QA ones, and I have the UPR coilover kit on the front. So hopefully that fits with the QA ones. I was going to go ahead and get everything disassembled and get ready, but I think what I'm going to do is just jack the car up. I'll take one tire off, and I'll just get one strut off, and then have that ready to go. So as soon as it comes in, and they're supposed to be here tomorrow by FedEx tracking, then I can check one, and if it works, boom, then we just throw the other one on the other side. So instead of tearing the whole thing apart, and they don't, you know, I got to order sleeves or something. So that is the update. Waiting on the QA ones, double adjustables. We got double adjustables on the back. We can get ready, and you know, whenever we got some free time, we can get this in the McLeod RXT. And then again, if we have this digital you know, multi-spark ignition box to use, if I can't get a steady or repeatable 2-step data log with the Tuner Pro A9L2 program that we're using here, then I'll put this one in, because I know this has got a 2-step like an MST. You know, it's pretty solid, pretty steady. So that is the update. Thanks everybody for watching the channel. I know there's a couple new subscribers, so thank you for subscribing. You know, my channel is very slow in getting any subscriptions, so every couple that we get is appreciated. And I know a lot of the guys have been watching for a long time, and I watch your channels too, so you guys know who you are. But nonetheless, thanks everybody. Hope everybody has a great Christmas. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving with their family and friends. And we'll just keep working on the Fox body, and go from there. And I'll keep you updated when struts come in and we get everything set up there, and we can fool around with settings and go from there. All right, guys, thanks. Have a good night. All right, guys, we're going to do the two-step test real quick here. I just fired it up. It's not fully warm, but I want to do this before my wife gets home. All right, guys, so here's on our program, here is our two-step rev limiter. As you can see, 3,500 RPMs. And I have the data log running. It's recording, so we will look back and verify. And let's see what we got on the tack. So let's try 4,500 and then 5,500, and we'll check that data log. We'll do 4,500. We'll do update. Okay. And then log recording, so we're good. 4,500 RPM. 4,500. Let's try 5,500, and then we'll call it good. We'll check the data log. Update. 5,500 log recording. All right, guys. And then we'll stop the log, save it. We'll take a look. So I'll get that pulled up and get back at you. Alright, guys, so here's the data log from our two-step test. Here's so 3,500 RPM. So yeah, we were at 3,440. And then let's see what happened over here at 4,500. 4,456, right in that area. Yeah, 4,450. And then let's try, here's our 5,500. Is 5,432. So looks like that the built-in two-step is working. It's pretty accurate. So we really don't no rush to install this digital HP box. And that is the two-step that's built into. It's using the this rewritten program, the A9L2 from Twostep, and he has rewritten it to have a two-step rev limiter that's built into. You just change your settings. Of course, that's the default. We didn't test 5998, but I usually been starting off at 5,200. So I will change this to 5,200 and then hit update, or save, excuse me. Hit save. And there we go, 5,200. So, alright guys, it looked like that worked out okay. So no big rush to install that ignition box. All right. Have a good night. Thank you.